Hi, good morning everyone. Today we will discuss play in the early years. Let me introduce myself. My name is Aulliya Rindang Krisnaldi and my student number is IKO3012788. First of all, we're going to talk about play is a universally accepted based pedagogical strategy in early childhood education and care that forms the basis of the growth, learning and well-being of children. According to Australian Government Department of Education 2022, the modern frameworks like the Early Years Learning Framework or EYLF place play in the center of holistic development, where agency, identity, and engagement of children are the key consideration. This essay critically discusses play, principles of play, and play-based learning and evaluates their theoretical basis, developmental uses, and efficacy as prime pedagogical construct in modern early childhood settings. Defining play principles and play-based learning. According to Sheridan and Howard 2017, generally play is described as a voluntary, intrinsically motivated and fun process, but one which is process-oriented and not goal-oriented. Despite this definition summarizing key characteristics, it is important to mention that play is a multidimensional and culturally based phenomenon. According to Fleer 2021, the opinion that play is not necessarily spontaneous and is determined by social and cultural context, a notion that rejects the naive perceptions of play as an activity that is free. According to Early Childhood Australia 2019, the principles of play are based on child-centered learning, agency, active learning, and meaningful interactions. These values conform to socio-cultural practices, in particular emphasize on social interaction as the salient feature of learning proposed by Vygotsky. There arises, however, tension between child led play and educator led learning, and the question arises as to how far can the play be child led in the context of the organized learning institutions. According to Arthur et al. 2024, play based learning can be defined as deliberate pedagogical methods in which teachers utilize play as a learning environment. It entails intentional scaffolding, monitoring, and stretching the interests of the children. According to the Australian Children Education and Care Quality Authority or ASIQA 2020, play-based learning is a crucial aspect when it comes to achieving quality requirements, especially in promoting holistic growth. Importantly, although play-based learning has many supporters, its application is highly diverse and is frequently subject to policy demands and educator ideologies. Play function stages, types, and sequences across development. Play does change as developmental stages process and show the change in cognitive, social, and physical capabilities. First, we talk about infants aged 0 to 1 years. According to Kearns, 2022, infants aged 0 to 1 years have functional and sensory play. This involves repetitive behaviors like grasping, mouthing, and shaking of objects that aid in the development of neural and sensory integration. These preschool play sequences are short and investigative and look at cause and effect connections. According to Piaget 1962, in Piagetian terms, this is congruent with the sensory motor stage, as infants acquire knowledge by directly interacting with the environment. Nonetheless, The opponent claimed that Piaget undermines the social abilities of infants because even early play is also affected by the interaction with carers. Next is toddlers age 1 to 3 years. According to Sheridan and Howard's 2017, children between the age of 1 and 3 years or toddlers exhibit growing independence and symbolic awareness. The concept of parallel play can be observed, and children play with others without direct cooperation. There is development of functional and constructive play and the development of pretend play. The phase is an indication of sensory motor to pre-operational thinking. According to Vygotsky 1978, the theory of by Vygotsky offers a slightly more sophisticated account of it, in which social interactions in the context of play contribute to language acquisition and cognitive development. Next is preschoolers aged 3 to 5 years. According to Irving and Carter 2018, preschoolers aged 3 to 5 years have complex cooperative and socio-dramatic play. Role plays, storytelling, and rule-based game come into the limelight, which is an indication of the development of executive functioning and social competence. Play sequences are more organized and extended, entailing negotiating and understanding each other. According to Gardner 1983, here Gardner's theory of multiple intelligences come out clearly when children apply linguistic, interpersonal, and spatial intelligence in their play. According to Ginsberg 2007, the types of play, such as physical, social, constructive, and imaginative play, have different developmental roles. Imaginative play allows development of creativity and problem solving, whereas physical play promotes motor development. Social play helps in emotional control and interpersonal skill. Notably, these types of play tend to intersect, which depicts the merged character of development. Theoretical basis of play and their application. The theoretical view offers the necessary information on the role of play in the development, learning, and well-being of children, and present various explanations of how play can be used as a pedagogical instrument in early childhood education. Although all these theories emphasizes the role of play, they vary in their assumption regarding the process of learning, and educational workers should have a critical and balanced attitude towards it. According to the constructivist theory of Piaget, play is regarded as a process whereby children build knowledge by integrating new experiences in a pre-existing cognitive schema. He has found stages of play which includes practice, symbolic play, and games with rules, which are the stages of cognitive development. This perception makes play an individual process that is driven by exploration. The role of social interaction and cultural context has, however, been criticized as a Piaget underestimated their role. His framework is helpful in understanding the developmental progression but lacks in understanding collaborative and socially mediated play. Next is the sociocultural theory of Vygotsky. On the other hand, the sociocultural theory of Vygotsky emphasizes the social element of play, and it is among the most significant activities in development. Children acquire knowledge according to the zone of proximal development, or a ZPD, as argued by Vygotsky, where they are able to know more when assisted by others. Imaginative and socio-dramatic play help children to learn language, cultural tools, and social norms. This perspective concentrates on the teacher as scaffolders of learning. However, there is a need to balance between adult guidance and child agency in order to avoid a limitation of self-directed exploration. Next is the social learning theory by Bandura. The social learning theory by Bandura lays emphasis on observational learning whereby children learn behaviors by imitation. This will be observed particularly in role play, where children are emulating real life activities and social roles. Though the learning of the behaviors can be explained using this theory, the theory is not a complete explanation of the intrinsic motivation which characterizes play, and consequently the restricted application in the explanation of play as a self-directed activity. Next is the behaviorist approach by Skinner. The behaviorist approach by Skinner focuses on the use of reinforcement that suggests that behaviors are able to be influenced by rewards and consequences. Although this view is beneficial in fostering certain desirable behaviors like cooperation, it has been criticized because it does not give due consideration to the inherent fun and creativity that plays over. The excessive use of extrinsic rewards can lower the chances of unstructured exploration. Next is the ecological theory by Bronfenbrenner. The ecological system theory by Bronfenbrenner expands the context of knowledge by placing play into environmental contexts. The family, culture, community, and policy surroundings are some of the factors affecting the play of children. The given view emphasizes the role of inclusive and culturally responsive play in environments, yet its general nature does not provide much specific instruction on the teaching strategies. Next is the theory of multiple intelligences by Gardner. The theory of multiple intelligences proposed by Gardner is in favor of learning through play because it acknowledges the existence of various forms of learning. Through play, the children are able to grow in different intelligences, which includes linguistic, spatial, and interpersonal intelligence. Although this theory supports the importance of a variety of play experiences, it has been criticized because of having minimal empirical evidence. Next is the Montessori method. The Montessori method focuses on purposeful and organized play with prepared materials to enhance self-sufficiency and concentration. It can be considered more structured than free play, but it proves that intentional environments may help to engage. Nevertheless, extremely organized method can be detrimental to free and creative play. Interconnectedness of play, development, learning, and well-being. According to Australian Education Research Organisation 2023, the three domains play, development, learning, and well-being are connected and supportive of each other. Play has been established to support cognitive development, enhancing the ability to execute executive functions such as memory, attention, and problem solving. These abilities will be essential to the future educational achievement. According to Raban et al. 2014, play greatly contributes to social and emotional development. Children get to learn to cooperate, negotiate, and manage emotions when they are interacting with other children. Socio-dramatic play enables children to experiment with positions and view, and this enables them to develop empathy and emotional understanding. Such experiences contribute to resilience and good mental health. According to AERO 2023, play also enhances language and communication skills. Dialogue, storytelling, and role play help children to build vocabulary and expressive skills. Such activities as sorting, counting, and building stimulate the development of mathematical thinking in a natural way, which prove that play can be useful in the development of the basic academic skills. According to UNICEF 2018, one of the key outcomes of play-based learning is well-being. Play encourages fun and decreases stress and a sense of belonging. According to Australian Government Department of Education 2022, the Early Years Learning Framework mentions that children learn best when they feel safe and supported, which can be achieved by using play-based environment. Notably, the interrelatedness of play and development challenges the traditional method which differentiates learning areas. Play has integrated cognitive, social, as well as emotional development, and thus is a powerful holistic pedagogical instrument. Evaluation of play as primary pedagogical construct. According to FLIR 2021, it is well known that play based learning is a developmentally appropriate and effective practice in early childhood education. It is consistent with significant theories and promotes a comprehensive development. Studies show that play can also improve creativity, problem solving, and intrinsic motivation, which are vital to lifelong learning. According to Robinson et al. 2019, nonetheless, there are difficulties in enacting play based pedagogy. The growing focus on school preparation and academic success has brought conflict between play and formal education. A limited concept of learning is exemplified by reducing play in favor of structured teaching. Myths that play is not educational add to the marginalization of play. Teachers might be called upon to defend play-based practices in accountability-based system and the significances of professional knowledge and advocacy. According to the Australian Children Education and Care Quality Authority or ASIQA 2020, play environment must be of high quality and have a variety of resources and positive interactions. Play-based learning needs qualified teachers who are able to purposely expand the learning of children without taking away child agency. There is also the cultural view of understanding and valuing play. The definition of appropriate play is relative to the context, and educators should be able to be inclusive and responsive. A critical approach entails the identification of diversity and making sure that the experiences of all children are reflected. In conclusion, play is a central pedagogical construct which is indispensable in early childhood education. In delving into definitions, developmental stages, and theoretical views, it is possible to note that play facilitates holistic development, learning, and well being. The connections between play and cognitive, social, emotional, and physical developments are in favor of the significance of play. Though there are some difficulties with implementation, play based learning is the most successful and developmentally adequate method of early childhood education. Critical play interpretation can enable teachers to create useful, encompassing, and responsive learning areas that can benefit all children. And this is my references. Thank you so much for your attention and have a good day.